Breaking news from the IRS. Not only is 2025 tax season packed with game-changing updates, but there's also some updates as it relates to some additional relief for individuals and businesses in Southern California affected by the devastating wildfires and straight line winds earlier from this week. So, from extended deadlines to special disaster deductions, these updates could literally save you time, money, and stress. So make sure you stick around because by the end of this video, you're going to learn and know exactly how to be able to navigate these changes, maximize your refunds, and also be able to avoid common pitfalls. And yes, I know taxes can be overwhelming, but that's why I'm here to break this down and share with you some of the most important updates for the 2025 tax season, which officially begins on January 27. All right. So this year, the IRS has not rolled out powerful new tools and filing options as well, but they also announced some critical tax relief for people who are impacted by the disaster. So make sure you stick around for that. All right. So let's go ahead and get straight into it. So first, let's talk about the tax deadlines. All right. So the tax season starts officially on January 27th, 2025. And the normal filing deadline currently is April 15th, 2025. However, if you are an individual or business in Los Angeles County or other areas affected by January's wildfire and the straight line winds, there's some credible news for you as it relates to this from an IRS perspective. So the IRS actually has extended the filing and payment deadlines to October 15th of 2025. So what does this mean? So here are some specific examples of what's covered with this update. All right. So individual income tax returns normally that are due April 15th of 2025 now have an extra 6 months to be able to be filed. So businesses like partnerships, S corporations, and corporations with deadlines between January and October also get extra time as well. Also, there's contributions to IRAs, individual retirement accounts, or health savings accounts, which is SHSAs for 2024 tax year. Those can actually be made up till October 15th of 2025 if you are in those areas. All right. So the quarterly estimated tax payments for the entire year, January, April, June, and September, are now due on the same October date as well. All right. So if your home or business is in a FEMA designated disaster area, you may be able to qualify for this relief automatically, but you just want to make sure you check out the IRS's tax relief and disaster situations page for updated counties and which ones are going to be able to qualify for this. All right. So that is some good news or a little bit of relief as it relates to that. So if you've suffered uninsured or unreimbursed losses due to the disaster in that area, the IRS is also offering additional options to be able to claim these on your tax return. So one, you could be able to deduct these losses on either your 2025 tax return filed in 2026, or you can amend your 2024 return to be able to claim them even earlier. So the benefit of this, it gives you flexibility and allows you to decide which year gives you a bigger refund. So to give you an example of this, let's say your Los Angeles home had damages of 20,000 and it was not covered by insurance. So you can actually use this amount to be able to lower your taxable income, potentially saving you thousands in taxes. Just don't forget to be able to include the FEMA declaration number, which is 4856-DR on your return to be able to qualify for this. All right. So that's going to be important. And here's something that so many people overlook as it relates to this. All right. So payments received from government agencies for personal expenses, home repairs, or other disaster related costs are not taxable. So to give you an example of this, let's say you received $10,000 to repair storm damage to your home. You do not need to include that in your gross income. So that is a benefit if you are impacted and you are in this disaster area. So for disaster victims, you may also be able to qualify for special rules regarding retirement accounts. So withdrawals for disaster related expenses may be exempt, meaning that you don't have to pay taxes on them from the usual 10% penalty when you go ahead and pull it out early. All right. So the IRS actually allows you to be able to spread that taxable income from those distributions over 3 years to reduce your tax burden. So to give you an example of this, if you take out a $15,000 disaster related withdrawal from your individual retirement account IRA, you could report 5,000 per year over 3 years instead of paying taxes for the entire amount all at once in 1 year. So hopefully that makes sense. So there's also some new tools and some updates to the tools that the IRS is rolling out. So beyond the disaster relief that I just mentioned, the IRS is also making it easier than ever to be able to file your taxes in 2025. So number one, so the IRS has the free file. So it's going to be for taxpayers with an adjusted gross income, also known as AGI, of $84,000 or less in 2024. So this is how it works. So you're able to actually be partnered with a tax prep software like TurboTax, who offers free guided filing. This year, the free file options are available now in both English and Spanish, which is a benefit. There's also the meal tax for military families. So this program allows military members and veterans to be able to file up to 3 state returns and their federal return for free, regardless of their income. So that's an awesome benefit. There's also VITA, which is volunteer tax assistance and tax counseling for the elderly, which is TCE. And if you are a senior, low income taxpayer, or someone with limited English, these programs can actually connect you with an IRS certified volunteer who can file your taxes for free. All right. So that is going to be your option there. And just give you a pro tip, if you are qualifying for the disaster related losses, those are going to be a little bit more complex since this is a little bit new. So VITA and TCE probably might not be your best bet to be able to claim those. I instead recommend you work with like an actual tax professional, or make sure you're using the IRS's resources for disaster relief to make sure that everything is being filed and recorded correctly, right? So let's talk about how to be able to save even more money on taxes, be able to get the most out of this tax season. So number one thing that you're going to want to make sure that you're doing is you're filing electronically and you use direct deposit. So e-filing, one of the benefits of it, it actually ensures faster refunds, while direct deposits avoids the delays of mailing a check. So to give you an example of this, if you were due a $2,500 refund, choosing direct deposit could get you paid within 21 days, which is amazing. Also, you want to make sure that you're claiming the eligible credits and deductions such as the earned income tax credit EITC. That's going to be worth up to $7,430 for families with 3 or more children. You also are going to have the child and dependent care credit that covers a portion of child care costs up to $1,050 for one child and $2,100 for 2 or more, right? So that's going to be really important to make sure that you are on top of that as well. Also, you want to make sure, again, that you're avoiding filing errors. So you want to make sure that you're double checking the details on your tax return, like your social security number. You want to make sure that the bank account information is correct as well, to make sure that you are able to get this money as quickly as possible if you qualify for a refund. Also, you want to make sure that you're using IRS tools like the updated direct file system, which actually now supports more credits and more mobile friendly tax forms as well, right? So that's going to be that update on the tools, right? So another thing, if you are someone who's actually helping with the relief efforts, if your tax records are located in a disaster area, you actually may be able to also qualify for an extended deadline as well. So all you need to do, you simply need to call the IRS disaster hotline at 866-562-5227 to be able to explain your situation. Also, taxpayers with multiple clients in these affected areas can now use the IRS's bulk request system for disaster relief as well. So the 2025 tax season is full of changes, both exciting updates for all taxpayers and critical relief for disaster victims. So whether you're navigating the extended deadlines, exploring disaster related deductions, or taking advantage of new filing tools, preparation is the key when it comes to this. All right. So if you found this helpful, make sure you go ahead, share this with someone, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Take care and have a blessed and amazing tax filing season.